So as the headline says, Xbox has 500 million monthly active users. To be clear, it's over 500 million monthly active users across all platforms. Let's go ahead and see what happens right here. So, obviously, today was the big day for Microsoft's numbers, right? We're going to find out, you know, PlayStation's dream was that we're going to find out that Xbox is dying and hasn't made no money, and Xbox's numbers are down, and blah, 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 right? Well, jokes on them, right? Definitely, numbers came out, opposite happened, right? Opposite happened, had massive growth. Okay. We're going to talk about the other part of it, which is the actual numbers. But right here, I think it's the most powerful statement, right? Because we know that all of the major platforms have now gone ahead and switched over from the console sales being the most important part, even though PlayStation still says their console sales numbers, they've also kind of conceded to the idea that what really matters is the monthly active users. So, right now, after everything is said and done, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella says in gaming, the company now has over 500 million monthly active users across platforms and devices. Our content pipeline has never been stronger. Bro, when you think about the world of gaming right now and you see how drastic of a jump this is over the competition, it's easy to see why they went ahead and spent the money that they spent to go ahead and purchase ABK. If we break it down over here, you could take a look and you can see right over here. So it has their fiscal earning breakdown over here. You know, Windows is up 4%, devices revenue down 11%, gaming revenue up 44%. Xbox content and services revenue is up 61%. And then Xbox hardware is down. But again, we already know. We've already said it. We've already gone through this. Nobody gives a fuck about the hardware. As long as you have growth like this,
Yeah.
44% gaming revenue up, 61% Xbox content and services revenue up. We're talking a whole different monster here. Like, this is massive. This is massive. There's more wrinkles to get into about some of the other stuff that's going on and how it compares, and I do want to get to that. But just at first kind of glance here with the numbers that we're at, 500 million monthly active users, all said and done, having the numbers go up as they have, with gaming revenue up 44%, Xbox content services revenue up 61%. What do you feel as Farrell, about the position that Xbox is in now, right? Their position in the console gaming sphere and just gaming in general.
I feel like they are in the strongest possible position you could probably be right now. 500 million monthly active users actually exceeds the generational sales for all three consoles that take place every generation. I think every generation we sell about like 320 million consoles on average per generation. So they're way ahead of that. So it puts them in a situation, especially as they're trying to grow Game Pass and things like that. Really, they're just converting the customers that they already have and just finding a Game Pass model that works for them, whether it be on mobile, whether it be on PC, whether it be console. And they're not gonna stop growing. They're just continuing to find ways to reach new customers, and it's just gonna be very tough to take over the place that they're in as far as market dominance between the platform holders. Like Xbox is taking, I've always called it the Android versus iOS approach. Like iPhone is the best selling phone every year, but Android is the best selling software because it's on everything. And
Yeah,
that's
best selling
kind of,
platform.
yeah, so that's kind of what we're seeing here. And eventually their competitors won't be able to keep up at this rate. It just like they're moving in a way that I won't say they're going to have a monopoly on the industry, but they will be the dominant force in the industry. Like there's always going to be people who have preference for other products, but the thing is, Xbox has created a way to be even in those products that other people prefer. So you like Steam, cool, we're there. You like PlayStation, cool, we're there. You like Apple, cool, we're there. You like Android, cool, we're everywhere that you like to play, and we're gonna make money. So and that's what they're
Yeah.
doing.
100%, man.
This is
100%.
the
What
type
do you
of
think, baby?
growth that you're looking for, right? This is how you want to expand. This is how you keep people engaged and coming back in, right? And once you've secured that, when it comes to the consoles, this is proof right here that that's not essentially what it comes down to, right? If you have the consoles out there but nobody is actually using them, spending that money, spending that time, then you don't really have anything. That console, by the way, hardware being down to 42%. Yo, that's just now. Wait till the holidays kick in and that engagement goes even freaking higher. I love that Satya came out here to say this because he was the one who said, if it's competition you want, let us compete. And he also said, we're doubling down. And so for him to come out here, that's how big of a deal that is for him to be the one to say that, hey, we hit over 5 freaking million.
Yeah.
500.
500 million. Yo,
And
that's
and
wild.
and and speaking of 500 million, what's not being factored in is the July sales that Xbox experienced from College Football 25, who made $520 million in the month of July. And a lot of that came from people coming over from previous gen hardware to current gen hardware. A lot of those people bought Xboxes as the easiest point of entry to get into that particular game. So Xbox sold quite a few consoles just this month from people coming in to get a current gen game.
Facts.
And imagine what's going to happen as all these games keep dropping in. Once Call of Duty comes in, when freaking Black Friday comes by and they're like, "Yo, this is the sale we're looking for, the holidays," and people are buying gifts. Yo, this is going to be crazy. But this is how you move up. Like this is the problem. Like PlayStation always just wanted to go horizontal. This is the one thing we're doing. This is the one thing that we're vertical, right? This is the one thing that we're trying to aim for. But Xbox was always trying to just spread those wings, just horizontal growth. Let's get everything. How can we make things just wider and bigger? That's how you do it, bro.
100% agreed. 100% agreed. I mean, look, the reality is that Xbox having this many monthly active users shows that as much as people want to act as if they are somehow excuse me, uh like if they're somehow on a decline in any way, shape, or form, or in risk of not being a part of this industry, or doesn't believe in what they're doing here, I mean, this just throws that all out the window, right? Like, you cannot, with a straight face, look at Microsoft, who has more than both the main competitors on consoles, more than both of them combined monthly active users. Okay, now obviously that's not on the console, right? That's across the board, but it doesn't matter. Add up PlayStation's monthly active users anywhere, add Nintendo's monthly active users anywhere,
Yeah.
combine them, and Xbox owns these motherfuckers.
Yeah, because
You know what I'm saying?
PlayStation
Owns them.
last reported, I believe, was 125 million,
Oh, hold
125
on.
to 123.
listen, let's move it forward right now.
But
Let's
see,
move it
this is
forward
the
right
thing,
now.
and this
So
is what they were talking about. We got to grow beyond, right? It's not
Mhm.
just about the same players that we keep rotating. We want to expand on that. In order for us to continue to get the games that they're making and that they're investing in, that market had to grow.
Yeah.
And that's what they were finding a way around.
so let's take a look at this. January 8th of this year. Okay. Sony, this dude Dom put PlayStation Network saw 120 million monthly active users during December 2023, a record for its ecosystem. Record. Highest number ever. 123. For comparison, the year prior, monthly active users were at 112 million. Now, I don't know about you, but it was an 11 million growth, okay, year over year from December to December, right? But this is January 8th, right? So you're saying, man, so they have 123 million. No, see, people want to forget this bad boy right here. Yes, on May 29th, there was new slides from PlayStation's business segment. And what did we see right there where it says monthly active consoles? Oh, yeah. Yeah, 97 million. And half of them are on a
PlayStation
PlayStation
4.
4. But that's 97 million. Now, I don't know who put the numbers together because clearly math is not their strong point because 49 plus 49 is 98, but they're at 97
You know,
million,
they might
right?
have
So
like some people, like a million people who have a PS4 and PS5 in their house, and they still use both. Maybe that's what it
maybe,
is.
maybe. Um, but still, they're at 97. So that's less than 100 million as of May 29th, or as of April 30th on the sheet. So as of April 30th on the sheet, they are at 97 million active users, right? Now, it doesn't stop there because as a bunch of you have correctly discussed already, if you go ahead and take a look at this, this is for July 2024. Maybe we're seeing the pattern here. I don't know. I don't know. December, they had 123 million active users. In May or end of April, they had 97 million active users. And right here, it says player numbers for PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium games dropped by 50% in July 2024, making it a low performing month. Now, this is the thing. Let's be clear here. The words are everything. PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium, right? So you have to imagine that the majority of those 97 million people don't have extra or premium, right? The majority just have the basic PlayStation Plus. But of the people who said, I'm going to pay more for what they're offering, for the extras and the premium service that they're offering, dropped by 50%. And
That's freaking wild, bro.
this was a month, actually, Game Rant has it here. So it went down.
I just want
So
to point out that most of the Game Pass subscribers are Ultimate.
yeah, it's the opposite, right? It's
Gotta
the
bring that
flip-flop.
up, you
It's
know?
the flip-flop. You're 100% right, baby. So, this is the thing. I remember when this month dropped and people pretended like this was fire, right? Remnant 2, a game that we've had in Game Pass for a million years. By the way, Remnant 2 got a plaque from Xbox because it's one of the most played games on the Game Pass and on Xbox in general. But it's in the July 2024 lineup with Crisis Core, a Final Fantasy game. And still, these motherfuckers like deuces.
If Final Fantasy can't bring it up, I don't know what will. These motherfuckers love themselves some Final Fantasy.
Oh, they don't buy the game when it drops. They don't even do it for free.
Yeah.
It's free now, and they're still walking away.
Yeah, I
It's
think they have.
it's the the brand itself has lost the excitement, right? Don't forget, a lot of people maybe were signed up because they found a freaking deal. They signed up for X amount of time, and once that it's done, right? And you're like, all right, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Honestly, I think it's literally they are understanding that there is nothing extra or premium about PlayStation Plus.
We
They
know
are
that.
not getting extra. They are not having a premium experience. There's only one service that offers a premium experience, and that is Game Pass Ultimate. It is the same price as premium, except they are losing people because they're not getting their money's worth, while over on the Xbox side, they're gaining and sustaining and making more. Again, the growth in the content and services that they had were up 61%. 61%. Now,
Yeah.
people don't forget that you got to remember 34 million, that's across the board, but that 34 million does not that number doesn't grow if some of those people move up to Ultimate, right? So, like, as people say, you know what, let me subscribe to Ultimate now, you're gonna there's more income, right?
Absolutely.
More money coming in. So now putting that into perspective now, Pharaoh, when we actually see the reality, right? The actual truth of what's happening over in PlayStation land. Again, you had 123 million monthly active users in December. April, 97 million active users. And now their highest tiers lost 50%. 50 fucking percent. I mean, what do you think about PlayStation's position in the market compared to Xbox now? Like, what do you think when you see all this stuff in front of you? The real factual numbers, not the pony narrative that they put out there. Because we're going to talk about the pony narrative on this after right
I
now.
have a
I want to.
feeling that
Yeah.
their narrative is a little different
Oh yeah, yeah, we're going to talk the pony
than
narrative after
reality.
this. But before
Uh,
we bring the ponies into it, I want to talk factual information here. What do you feel about the situation on the whole?
well, PlayStation PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium are essentially they're just PlayStation Now rolled into PlayStation Plus, and PlayStation Now is a failed product.
Facts.
So much so is a failed product because I don't know if people remember this. PlayStation Now had a PC app, so you could play all the PlayStation Now games on PC. They got rid of the PC app. They were in the middle of sunsetting PlayStation Now up until Game Pass hit 15 million. Once Game Pass hit 15 million, they recommitted to it and then rolled it into PlayStation Plus. And they didn't care about it then. They don't care about it now. Um, I was just telling my panel last night that I think that the PlayStation Plus Premium is actually predatory on the people who have actually been rocking with PlayStation for forever because you have to pay extra to play old games. If anything, it should
Of course.
be the older games should be in the extra tier, and the premium tier should have the games like Remnant 2 and Final Fantasy Crisis Core. If they want to separate it like that. Um, so I mean, you're going after a bunch of people that don't care for your product anyway, and you're like diluting it and making it worse by putting games that they might want because it's for nostalgia purposes, and you're locking into that higher tier. I mean, it just really one of the main things that it shows me is that even though PlayStation Plus offers an annualized subscription that actually is cheaper than Game Pass, that these people are probably opting for a month-to-month payment, and they jump in and out the service as it is convenient to them because they're just not being supplied with quality games on a consistent basis. That's kind of what I kind of got from it, is that they're not committed to it because PlayStation isn't giving them the games they want consistently.
Facts. I mean, it doesn't help when you look over to the other side and see the fact that see the fact that Xbox is doing nothing but giving more and doing more. We keep getting great games into Game Pass. Yo, this month has been amazing with games coming into Game Pass. And this is a huge thing, man. This is a very different scenario
'Cause
between the 2 places.
now PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus, whatever they want to call it now, it's been around since like what 2012, like 2011.
Long time.
It's
Yeah.
been it's and they never got over 10 million, and they probably haven't gotten over 10 million with the extra and premium either. So
I would probably venture that that's the case, yeah. I don't think that they have a ton in that place. It shows by their investment in it,
yeah.
right? I mean, this is the reality, right? Like the people who have it, like us, because we paid for the year, right?
Hmm.
So we had the year when it first came out when we didn't know what was happening. Um, and like I haven't used it once, right? So
Yeah.
basically since then. Actually I gotta make sure. Oh shit, do they have that shit on auto renew? I should probably go in there and
Man,
take
I've
my
heard
credit card shit
people.
out.
Yeah, you just gotta take your credit card off because I heard people turn off
Yeah.
the auto renew and they still charge you. They,
Yeah.
they're just
Okay.
desperate.
So you just gotta delete your card
Yeah, you just gotta delete it.
from from the
No
service.
funny business.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. Yeah, it's just it's embarrassing, right? It's embarrassing that this is the case. I was just looking over here. I did read it too. Machine XP says that's not the article set or articles are saying, guys. The user engagement with the July games in the service were down 50%. Okay. So um so what he's suggesting is people are not leaving the subscription at these higher levels. They're just not playing with the games that they get in there. Which is fine. I mean, either way, it's still a bad sign when the game that is literally just got an award on Xbox, Remnant 2, just got an award for being one of the most played games on Xbox, turns around and nobody plays it on their PlayStation Plus subscription for free.
I mean,
It shows you what's happening here. Go ahead.
they have access to the same data for Game Pass. If Game Pass player count dropped 10%, there would be an article about it, and the sky would be falling.
Facts. Facts. Facts.
If the
Fucking
player count
facts.
if the player count dropped 10% in a particular month, it would be all these unsustainable articles.
It would
Absolutely.
be a huge deal. Even like they find things to go ahead and talk about, Game Pass not being sustainable and all this other nonsense. But I do think that there is a huge difference between the two. And I also know that it puts things into perspective. What you're getting over with Game Pass over there, the everything that they have going on, and then you look at the other side and it's like, how are you wasting that money in that way when you see how much more you can get or what you should be getting. I've been saying it for a while. They've been, PlayStation is the type of freaking business that they just want to figure out how they can take from you. And so like they've been getting away with a lot. It's all just catching up all in one shot. This is nothing in comparison to what's coming in what the future holds for them if they continue on this path, which I don't see them changing in any way, considering the fact that they're barely making games. But I mean, even if they went ahead and polished it, when you again compare the two, it's a no-brainer. Like, why waste the money?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Who knows how many people have forgotten that they have their credit card in there and that they're
How
on a
many
freaking
days?
loop.
Like they don't even have a lot of day one games in there. I think the only one I knew of that was day one is like Sea of Stars and maybe no Stray wasn't day one in there.
That Zao game that they ended up having to fire a bunch of people from the studio,
Okay.
um, that was in there.
It's,
Yeah, it's not, it's not great. I mean, we know essentially the days are gone where PlayStation Plus was a hit maker, right? If you remember early days, you had some big games come out of PlayStation Plus as a huge brand. What was was it Fall Guys? Fall
yeah, Fall
Guys was
Guys.
one that was huge. It was in PlayStation Plus. I'm pretty sure if I'm not mistaken. Um there was another Rocket League was one of the first ones I think that was on there that was really big. Um they used to be a place where indies can go and strike it big, right? But this was in the past. They have now curated their fan base to a point where no one plays anything.
Yeah.
Nothing.
There's no, but it lost the spark. The interest is gone, right? And I don't know if this has everything to do with Xbox, right? The fact that they don't feel like, oh, we're rocking with the number one freaking console out there.
Exactly. Exactly. Um, Also keep in mind, regardless of what happens with this portion of the players who went from the extra and the premium who are not playing, right? Understand that we just discussed and showed the factual numbers from Sony themselves that in December they were at 123 million, and then in April, at the end of April, so basically May, it was reported they were down to 97,
Self-reported.
right? Self-reported. They went out there with their own slideshow, okay? They said it. So you're down to 97 million monthly active users. Now, let me ask you a question, and maybe I'm just stupid, but what has happened since May on the PlayStation side of things to make anyone go and decide that they should become a monthly active user for PlayStation,
Oh, oh,
right?
oh, oh, foam
Oh, dude,
stars.
dude. No,
Oh,
that was in
shit.
February.
Shit.
That was in
Shit.
February or January or one of those months. It was the January, I think. It was January. Yeah, that was a shit show. Anything else? At this point, remember, Helldivers came out when? February, right?
Yeah, it came out in
Yes.
February, yes.
February. So with Helldivers included, 97 million. Okay, understand that. By May, 97 million is including these Helldiver numbers. Now, remember, they're also, I just saw it right here. I was just about to say it, an angry hippie fucking great minds think alike. Require PlayStation Now for PC. So that is the only thing that they've done since then, which is requiring it. Did they do that right at that moment? Like right after they reported it? Was that when they did the Helldivers thing, or was
That
it
was in
before?
May. That was in May.
So
The whole
May.
Helldivers fiasco was May.
Okay, so it was right after this.
Yeah.
So 97 million, and they said, God damn, we just reported 123. Where the fuck did almost 30 million people go? I know. Let's go ahead and let's make those 12 million fucking PC Helldiver players. I think that's the number. Let's have them have to log in and required to have PlayStation Now so that we can add them to our numbers and get back over 100, right?
Yeah.
Bro, nothing has happened because that failed, right?
That
Now you
it
have
did.
like
It
the
did.
Ghost of Tsushima game that came out. I think you have to use your PSN for that shit
Yeah, that one
too.
you do, it's required. Yeah.
Yeah. So now they're gonna show a slight bump to their numbers because they are requiring PC players to sign up for their subscription, which is fine, right? It is what it is, but this is where they are, right? They're on a decline, not on a incline,
Yeah.
up
That's right. Incline. Yeah.
upcline, incline. Yeah, all right.
Decline. This they
They're
can
on a decline, not on an incline. They're not going
yeah.
up. They're going down,
No.
right? So this is a problem, bro. This is a problem. Do you have anything else to say to this before I bring in the pony nonsense?
No,
Listen,
you can
at
go
the end of
ahead.
the day, you
Oh.
can't put a Band-Aid on a bullet hole. Everything that you brought up when they're out here trying to figure out how they can make their pissed off the freaking PC players to go ahead and see if they can cross that 100 again, right? It's like, guys, you're just effing shit up. For me, though, this is the best chart right now when it comes to PlayStation. Dan Lazaro, that explains it all. It breaks it all down.
Money down, down, down. Facts. That's it. That's where
That's
they
it.
live, bro.
That's what's
That's
happening. And that
where they
honestly,
live.
at the end of the day, that's literally what they care about. We're talking about a business company that's ran by, business people, not gamers that understand business, right? All they care about is that bag. And that's why it feels so disingenuine.